Hello and good day. This is Joshua Spivak and Keith Gallo here coming from
Good day.
IKON Windows and Doors. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a minute and think about something. When you're driving through the area, I'm sure you've looked at homes. I do it. And a lot of times I see homes that have outdated windows or they have shutters. And maybe you're in the market for replacing windows and maybe you're considering shutters. And what I want to tell you today is that we would highly recommend windows over shutters. And fortunately, I have an expert in this field, Keith Gallo, been in the industry for 20 years when it comes to impact glass. And Keith, from what I understand, you've got some good news for people considering shutters versus windows. What do you got?
This is actually a really great conversation and we welcome it. Just to give you guys some insights and transparency, as a company, we made a pretty hard decision about a year ago to offer only hurricane rated windows, period, end of story. So if a customer would come and ask us for shutter systems, even though we can sell those and supply those and we're licensed to install them, we know for several reasons, which I'm going to share with you here in a minute, that it is bar none the best way to go is with hurricane windows. People talk about affordability. The affordability factor up front on shutters is going to actually save you a little bit of money. So let me just get that out right now. However, don't let that fool you, because what I've noticed over 1 decade, 10 years, if you have a hurricane shutter on the beach side, on the barrier island with all of the salt corrosion, your fasteners will pretty much fall out of the walls within 10 years. So, how's that hurricane shutter doing for you now? Not so well. It might have been cheap up front, Joshua, but in 10 years now, I've got to make a move. I've got to do another change. Either I got to spend a lot of money on maintenance or I've got to upgrade my system to another hurricane shutter so I can solve that problem, because they don't move, they're locked up, they're not shutting correctly, and now it's back to I have a hazard. So that's one of the things. You want to mention another one? Maybe one of the other
Yeah,
ones?
so being in Brevard County, Florida, and this goes really for any place that's impacted by a hurricane. So whether you're on the West Coast, you're on the Panhandle, you're in Louisiana, it doesn't matter. If you're considering shutters, think about all the times that you've seen a storm coming. Maybe you have a vacation plan. My wife and I go on cruises all the time, and it happens to be during hurricane season. If I have shutters, what am I going to do if a storm starts barreling towards my home when I'm not there? With windows, you're protected no matter what. You don't have to call a neighbor. You don't have to worry if your shutters were up or if you're missing panels or if the little pesky locks on your accordion shutters are actually going to work when you try to secure your home. When you put impact windows in your home, you instantly gain peace of mind. You're not only gaining hurricane protection, you're also gaining energy efficiency that shutters don't provide. A lot of the products that we sell come filled with argon gas that's lighter than the air around you. It helps insulate along with the low E protection that's on the window itself. So it's not just protection from storms, protection from intrusion, but you're also going to have a more efficient home that shutters simply can't provide. So, Keith, I think that's an important thing to consider for those that are looking into protecting their home.
You know, thank you, Joshua. I immediately think about the elderly. My parents are getting a lot older. They live in a community that is 55 and over. And in their community, it's in writing, in the deed paperwork, you cannot leave town and shut your shutters. So, how's that going? Like Joshua just said, if you're out of town and you're on a trip, you're going to have to phone it in. You're going to have to call your neighbors or something like this. You can't just leave your house. You can, however, it will be unprotected. That is why hurricane windows solve this problem to the core. And that's why we suggest that far over an applied shutter, whether it's paneled or it's an accordion. There might be some situations where there's a roll down used that might benefit the house. However, I've noticed that most people that use roll down shutters already have an impact window. So they're kind of double protecting those. Another big one I think about is the warranty. So when you buy a shutter system, like think about metal for a second, okay? Now think about metal next to a body of salt water. How's that going? Like you can hear the rust overnight. On a quiet night, if the wind's not blowing, you can actually hear them rusting. There's not really any warranty, is what I'm saying. When you buy an impact window, it's going to come with a full-fledged warranty from tip to tail, top to bottom. One of our main vendors offers even a transferable warranty. So imagine that. You buy windows, you're investing in your home, you now take that return on investment, you sell your house, and it's coming back to you. So to kind of conclude and wrap up here, what's more affordable? I'm still, not just because we sell impact windows and doors, I'm a homeowner as well, and I've been down this road in both situations. I know by experience and by example that buying impact proof windows is the more affordable approach, especially for long-term ability. Is that a word?
Yeah, that'll work. So look, if you're considering windows, you're considering shutters, do yourself a favor, get us out to your home. We'll provide a free estimate. We're guides. We're not salespeople. We're your neighbors. We want to help guide you. If we can come out and help you learn something, that's fulfilling for us. We have a mission to deliver a clear difference. That's what we want to do. Whether you make a purchase from IKON Windows and Doors or you don't, that's irrelevant to us as long as we're helping our community. So we can be reached at ikonflorida.com or give us a call, 321-345-0646. We'd love to talk with you and share more information.
We look forward to serving you.